Hi, it's Connie from A Life of Perfect Days, and welcome to my first ever video blog. I felt inspired to do a video blog for you guys today because you may have noticed on the blog I haven't actually been writing that much lately. I just haven't felt really drawn to write. So rather than forcing that and pushing that, I thought that I would share my message a different way with you through a video blog. I also had the chance to have a Skype chat with Rachel from In Spaces Between the other day, and that kind of got me thinking how nice it is to actually chat rather than writing all the time, hence the video blog. So I hope you guys enjoy this. The topic for today's video blog is transition. And when I talk about transition, what I'm meaning is kind of moving from where you are to where you want to be. And we're always in this place. Very often we kind of have dreams and goals and visions of where we want to be, and we're in the process of moving towards them, and we're sort of making that transition. And this can flow into so many different areas of your life. For me personally at the moment, I'm going through a massive transition in my career. So for those of you who might already know, I'm a life coach and I'm also still working full time during the week. So I'm in the process of transitioning from kind of my day job into my dream career or my own business. And what this means is, I'm seeing clients in the evenings and on the weekends, and I'm in that balance. And what I've been finding is sometimes you're in this transition period for quite a while and you sort of can start to get frustrated and get really focused on where you are and lose your vision of where you're going. And it can just get a little bit frustrating, and you lose your patience and you just start to become a bit more negative about where you are because you're kind of over it. So this video is for people who are in a similar situation, but you can be in transition in any sort of area of your life, whether it be you're transitioning from your current sort of state of physical health into your dream physical body, and you're already taking the steps to get there, but you're not quite there yet. It could also be a financial transition if you are perhaps taking some steps to draw in more money, but it's taking a bit of time for that to happen. So you're kind of in the transition from where you are now and waiting for that money to kind of come through so you can kind of get to where you want to be. We can be in transitions in so many different areas of our life. So what I wanted to do today is share with you 3 tips that I've actually been using myself. They're 3 kind of strategies or tools, I guess, that I've been using to help me through my transition, and then I thought would be really beneficial for you guys as well to use during your transitions in whatever shape or form they come in. So the first thing that I'm going to encourage you guys to do is to actually really focus on loving where you are now. And I know that's really challenging sometimes because very often when we're wanting to be somewhere else, we start noticing all the things we don't like about where we are, and we may start complaining more and criticizing that more and just noticing all the things that we don't like, and getting kind of frustrated and developing quite a negative energy space. What's really important is to keep your energy positive and open and light and free, and to not get bogged down with negative thinking. This is kind of important for a couple of reasons. Firstly, because you're not going to be able to bring in your dream job. Let's use job as an example. You're not going to be able to bring that in when you're giving off this negative, murky energy around your job. You're actually not in alignment with your dream job. So you're kind of sabotaging yourself from attracting what you really want anyway. Not only that, it makes you feel like crap when you hang around in a negative energy space, but you just can't keep resisting and pushing against where you are. It's really important that we actually start to love and accept where we are, because it's our reality and we just have to accept that. So what I started doing at work was writing love lists. And I would write lists of all the things that I loved about my job. And it's amazing how much better you start to feel. And you actually go, you know what? Where I am isn't actually that bad. You can start to sort of see that there's some real benefits. Expressing appreciation and gratitude for the fact that you actually have a job. The fact that this job is supporting you, perhaps to set up your business. You know, if it's about health, actually appreciating the fact that you have a body that is functioning really well and that you can walk and talk and, you know, do all these amazing things and see and all the amazing things that the body does. Just developing appreciation for that will already change your energy and will actually really support you in moving forward to where you want to be. So I'm going to encourage you to stop resisting, stop complaining, stop criticizing, stop being impatient, and stop saying no, and just start saying yes. Yes, this is where I am. Yes, I accept this is my job. Yes, I accept this is my current state of health, my current state of finances, and just be at peace with it, okay? Stop resisting. The second thing that I recommend you guys do, and this is something that I do as well, is really focusing on where you want to be. It is so important, if we're talking from a law of attraction perspective, it is so important to give a lot of your energy and your attention and your focus to where you're going. Because that's how we create a new reality, by actually putting all of our energy into that new place, and then we start to attract things to us that match it. So rather than kind of like focusing on where you are all the time, this is where I am, and this is my current reality, and nothing's ever going to change, and telling the same stories, I really want to encourage you to create a beautiful vision for where you're going and to focus on that as much as you can. I'm going to read you a quote, which is a quote that I have on my pin board at all times, and it's by the Teachings of Abraham. If you actually haven't come across these guys yet, I highly recommend that you do. They honestly changed my life. So this quote, I think is really relevant to what I'm sharing here. It says, "The key to bringing yourself to a new place is to see yourself differently from the way you are. It is necessary for you to focus on the person you are becoming and distract yourself from the current situation. You cannot create a new reality while looking at your current reality." And look, they teach from a law of attraction perspective that really, if you're just giving your focus to where you are over and over and over again, you're just going to get more of that. So you really have to start focusing on other things. Even if it means, you know, sometimes when I'm at work, I daydream. I daydream about my dream career, my dream job. And I know that I'm actually in the process of manifesting that when I do it. My third and final step is something really practical and constructive that I think will really help, and it's something I've been using for years throughout times of transition. What you need to do is get yourself like a little journal or a notebook, and you want to carry this around with you, like in your handbag or whatever, all day. And you want to make notes in this whenever something happens or whenever you do something that's taking you closer to where you want to go. So there's sort of two ways you can do it. I recommend tracking the little steps that you take, anything that you do that is helping you move closer to where you want to go. The reason being, when we're in transition, we often feel like nothing's happening. We're like, nothing is changing, I'm not seeing any results, you know, and then we beat up on ourselves and we're like, I'm not doing good enough, I'm not doing enough, etc., right? We go on and on and on. When you write down in your notebook all the little tiny baby steps you're taking, you can look back over that and go, oh my God, look how much I've done. I know for me, I write down tiny little things like, today I made myself a green juice. Today I sat down and did 15 minutes of meditation. Today I wrote a blog post. Today I did my first video blog. You know, I do this all the time because it's an amazing way to acknowledge yourself. And you need to understand what you acknowledge continues to expand. So the more that you appreciate what you're already doing, the more you'll actually bring opportunities to yourself to do more. That's how it works. Whatever you put your attention and energy on expands. Okay? So really just document, no matter how small it is, any baby step, any little step that you take towards your goals. And the second thing I want you to write down is what you attract, what you manifest. So this is the sign for you. These are the evidence that you can give yourself that the universe is listening to you and bringing you what you want. So I'll write down things like, today I got an email from so-and-so. Today I got an opportunity to guest post on this person's blog. Today I met this amazing person who offered me this opportunity. Today I attracted a free smoothie. I don't know, whatever is delivered to you by the universe, appreciate that, write it down, and really acknowledge that your dream is happening. It is coming real. Anyway, I hope you liked that video, that these tips are are things that have worked so well for me, and I use them all the time, so I hope they're relevant for you. I would love to hear your comments about perhaps where you're currently transitioning in your life and what you use to help you with in your transition. So please leave a comment on the blog or on the Facebook page, and I look forward to speaking to you guys again soon. This has been so fun. Have a lovely day. Bye.